Hi, welcome back to the Autoweek and eBay Motors Garage, where Autoweek editors help you learn more about do-it-yourself projects and car projects. Today we're going to kind of step back from projects and talk about what you need to accomplish some of these early projects. We're going to be talking basic sets of tools with our resident expert, Wesley. Now, Wesley, what do we have here? What are we looking at today?
Well, really what we're looking at is kind of the bare essentials of working on a car. You've got your full set of metric and standard combination wrenches. We have a 3/8 drive socket set here.
So when you're referring to 3/8, you're referring to the drive here, right?
Yep.
That's 3/8 of an inch. And this is the most common size people probably have
in the
around the
States,
house.
yeah.
Let's talk about why this socket and this socket look the same, except for one's longer than the other.
Yeah.
What do we have here?
Well, this SK set actually has medium depth, deep well, and shallow sockets. The difference is, just the length of the socket. If you've got a stud protruding past a nut and you need to get to that stud, you can use a combination wrench, sure, which has nothing on the backside, or you can use a deep well socket. I should mention these are both 6-point sets, whereas a 12-point is more likely to round off this traditional hex head screw because you're getting less surface area on the fastener.
The average home mechanics can have better luck with a 6-point set because you're less likely to round off a bolt.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's a good reason to invest in a 6-point right there.
And 90% of the combination wrenches you're going to buy are 12-point is because you're not going to apply that much torque with a combination wrench.
So in other words, look for 6-point on your sockets, but when you're talking about combination wrenches, don't shy away from it because it's 12-point.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way you have a little more access. You can kind of get to the corners easier.
We've had some debates, some spirited debates among ourselves. At what point do you need to invest in a higher quality tool? What are the differences? Why would somebody want to spend, say, how much for this one?
You're at around 180-ish.
Okay, so $180 for this versus
about 82, I think.
Okay.
I know with this American-made SK tool, the steel is primo American steel.
Primo's a technical term.
Yeah, primo, technical term. And I know if something hits the fan with these, I can get it warranted. The lesser quality or more discounted, more affordable tools generally have a lifetime warranty. They're generally made overseas, which is not a bad thing. It's not necessarily the country manufacturing them, it's the person that wants specs made to a price point that the supplier will hit.
In other words, you get what you pay.
You get what you pay for. And then with these, you go to a store and get them warranted.
But correct me if I'm wrong, but there are certain, maybe not, you wouldn't want to skimp on your basic tool sets, like your combination wrenches and your sockets, but there's a time and a place for maybe a less expensive or a cheaper tool.
A breaker bar, believe it or not, one of the prime examples of where you can kind of skimp. It's basically a big hunk of steel with another hunk of steel fastened with the fastener.
Is that maybe something that it's bound to break at some point, so you may as well spend less and make it easier to replace?
And some ratchets, even the lesser priced ratchets, like this new Craftsman, made by Stanley Black & Decker, is a fine tooth ratchet, which has 120 teeth in here, so you're gonna get a tighter swing arc, whereas this SK, while again an American-made tool, is kind of archaic in its design, considering it only has 40 teeth, so it's more coarse, you have a bigger swing arc.
Yeah, you can really feel the difference in how much space there is between the clips.
Yeah.
All right, so we know that we've got a couple of different price points here and where you may want to be able to save some money versus spending more money. What about the different types of personality? I know, like, for example, you work on cars a lot, I work on cars a lot. It might be worth our investment, in some even stranger tools to spend more money.
A prime example of that is some crimpers. Electrical work, not generally a place where home gamers should venture, but sometimes you have to do it to get the job done, get your car back on the road. These channel locks, like $15 on eBay Motors.
And I have some channel lock stuff, and I'm very happy with it. So what's
made in America? It's
why would
awesome.
This is smaller. This can't be as good.
Well, that's where you get the bigger head actually going to be a problem under dash.
Okay.
And you get more leverage for more crimps, but if you're trying to gorilla on a crimp, there's very well you could damage the crimp. That's why.
And this has got a nice serrated end.
And it's also a built-in stripper.
What are we looking at price-wise?
This was about 60.
Versus?
About 15.
About 15.
And they do the same job.
Yeah, and that's where you've really got to decide, how serious are you about it? Are you a professional mechanic? If so, you've got the snap-on truck coming and you're going to spend a lot of money. If you're the average home do-it-yourselfer, spend the amount of money that gets you the quality you need for the volume of work you're going to do. Be realistic about your needs. Okay, so we have an idea of what the average home mechanic needs. What about used tools in a place like eBay Motors?
eBay Motors perfect place to buy used tools, even new tools. I mean, I bought these Protos for about $100.
So this is a really nice set of
Older Protos,
vintage tools.
And a similar modern set is going to be about $200 at least.
Okay, so you're looking to save like 50% on something like this, and get the higher quality. Than you would be able to get it in like a big
box store.
So, all right, I hope that's given you a better idea of what you need for your home shop and some different ways of buying it. And you know, we encourage you to get out there and work on your own vehicle, get what you need to do it, and we'll be back with another episode to help you do just that soon.